What it is, it's your boy Dutch the Damon, and you now watching Damon Time with Dutch. On today's episode of Prison Stories Uncut, we up Hagerstown, RCI, Roxbury, trapped on that farm with it. Now, this situation took place over 20 some odd years ago, right? They had your boy up there trapped on that farm. But before we hop into storytelling mode, I'm gonna go ahead on and run the shout outs down for the people that have been supporting the channel through Cash App, man. First up on the list, we got the brother Quante Jones. This brother hail all the way from St. Louis watching my videos. Sent his hard-earned money in, support the channel. Appreciate you, brother Quante Jones. Next up on the list, we got the brother Stacy Ford. Brother, a loyal supporter, watch all my content. This brother make it his business to support the channel every week. Appreciate you, brother Stacy Ford. And last but not least, we got the sister, Victoria Lewis. The sister, a loyal supporter, man, always supporting the channel. Sent the hard-earned money in, bless the channel. Appreciate you, sister. Now that we got that out the way, let's get it. Hey man, so when I went on here and made my decision to become a good brother, it was damn near 20 years ago at Roxbury on that farm. And see, I was already running with the Good Brothers before I was a full-fledged member, because all the East Baltimore guys were sticking together. And it just so happened, all of the guys from East Baltimore was good brothers. Besides me, I was pretty much like a sympathizer. If they got into something, I was rocking and rolling with them. And the crazy part was everybody up Roxbury, the whole prison, thought I was a good brother before I was even a good brother, because I hung with them so much. So when I did finally take that final step, ain't nobody really know, because they thought I was already a member. But anyway, I'll never forget that shit. I was down Housing Unit 4, man. And back then, there was some reputable good brothers up there back then, Roxbury. And see, all the guys that was vouching for me that wanted to sponsor me in were certified killers over East Baltimore. I'm talking about street legends. Them niggas was stamping me, so I ain't had really no problem. At first, I ain't had no problem until I sent my picture around. But, you know, the brother told me, like, man, look, go ahead on, get you a picture of yourself, put your information on the back of the picture, we're gonna send it around. Let all the brothers check it out, see if they know anything about you, good or bad, you know what I mean? And that was just protocol, so it was cool. But the problem was when my picture went around, it made it through Housing Unit 1, but when my picture got in Housing Unit 2, all the brothers in Housing Unit 2 looked at the picture. One of the brothers said, he was like, no, I'm beefing with yo. And he wrote some shit on the back of my picture, right? And you know, if that happened, if one of the brothers see your picture while you in the process of them bringing you in, if one of the brothers see your picture and write something on the back of it, you done. They not gonna bring you in when you already having problems with the brothers. Yeah, man, so like I say, my picture ain't even make it out of Housing Unit 2. So this probably was like 3 days after I gave them my picture for them to send it around. I came out the building for lunch. We on the walkway walking, I'm walking with the brothers. And since Housing Unit 1 equal Housing Unit 4, one of the big brothers was waiting for me on the walk. He had my picture in his hand. While I'm walking with the little brothers and shit, he backpedaling on the walk waiting for me. So when I get up on him, he get to walking next to him, we walking and talking. He like, yeah, man, we sent your picture through or whatever, but it ain't make it through, man. It ain't come back right. I'm like, huh? He like, yeah, yo, he like, you beefing with the brother such and such from down such and such? I'm like, what the fuck is that? Clueless. I did not know who he was talking about at all. So he looking at me, the big brother looking at me like, you don't know him. Like, man, it's got to be some type of mistake or something. I don't know who you talking about. So back then, before I had grew my dreads, I had twisties in my head before they locked, right? Everybody know I got this tattoo on my face. Well, unbeknownst to me, it was another brother named Beetle who was tall, brown skinned, just like me with a tattoo on his face. But his tattoo went sideways, mine come down. Same twisties in his head and all that shit. And I seen Beetle before. Made me look twice. I'm telling the big brother, like, man, I don't know Slim. I don't know what you're talking about. He like, you sure you don't know him? I'm like, man, I'm telling you, I don't know Shorty. So the big brother was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get to the bottom of it. Gave me a $5 and walked off and shit. Now I'm in my thoughts thinking like, what the fuck is they talking about? I ain't beefing with nobody. So fast forward, like a week later, I come out my building, I'm going to the cafeteria for lunch. I was walking with my little homeboy Reese, he was from over West Baltimore, me and Shorty was cool, we was walking together. So as I'm walking and talking, out my peripheral vision to my left side, I spots two good brothers who I knew who they was creeping up on my left side, right? First I'm thinking I'm seeing shit, but I'm watching them. Then all of a sudden I hear some scuffling, them niggas whip them blicks out, right? I turn around, square up with them, and man, what the fuck is y'all doing? The nigga got the blick, he looking at me like confused. He had that bitch in the air. Then he like, nah, yo, I don't know, yo, that ain't him. Then he just walked off. Him and his man, they walked off. Now, I seen Shorty, but I ain't know him, but I seen them around. I'm just standing there confused. He walked off. Now I'm thinking niggas plotting on me. I'm like, oh, I don't know, fuck that. We go eat and all that shit, and we come back from the chow hall, go back in the building. I'm on 10, I'm mad as shit, knowing I'm outnumbered and shit, right? But I'm ready for it. I go back to my cell because they get ready to do the count. I go in the cell, I get to telling my bunk buddy, like, man, nigga just trying to pull me a move for real. My bunk buddy, he from the projects. He like, word? Like, yeah, yo. He get to going in the stash spot, getting his blick out. While we talking in the cell for real, one of the good brothers knocked on the door, tapped on the cell door. He was like, Lil Dutch, turn around like, yo, he slide a kite through the door. I get the kite, open the kite up. He had it taped up. I open the kite up. It's the big brother that I seen on the walk. He was in the kite. He was apologizing. He was like, man, I'm sorry about that, man. Shorty said he got up on you and that wasn't you. Or basically, you wasn't him. You good now. All the brothers vouch for you, say you good. He get to telling me like, no, man, they was mistaking you for the brother Beetle, man. Beetle wasn't a good brother back then. But Beetle ended up becoming a good brother too after a while. He's getting to telling me who gonna work with me and all that. With my teachings and shit. Then from there, I completed all my missions, put my work in, and that's how it happened. That's how I became a good brother.